Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your tarot and oracle reading for the week of January 1st to the 7th, 2024, the very first week of the year ahead. Are you excited? I'm excited. Let's dive into this. So we're going to start by getting a card from the Giant Tarot, and this is going to represent your overall theme, energy, and vibe of this week ahead. And your card is the Ace of Swords. Wow. Brand new mindset, communication, focus, clear-mindedness, energy. You have a new opportunity this week. There's a lot of blessings this week as well, like positivity. I feel like you're feeling extremely clear-minded and focused, knowing exactly what you need to focus on for the year ahead to manifest what you want to manifest. Your work is cut out for you. You are even communicating clearer. You have a clear set of to-do lists, routines, things that support your overall growth and well-being. And it's just very clear. Everything's very clear and organized. We're in Capricorn season. I feel like Capricorn season is the best time of year to just get really organized in life, like your literal physical environment, organizing that, but also organizing your calendar, your routine, your budget, your schedule. And I feel like you have done that. And because of that, you feel like you're just in this fresh, crisp place where there's so much possibility for growth. There's so much possibility for the future to unfold in a very positive way. So that's really great. There's room in your life for growth. We have stoicism. Guys, this is really funny because you're reading, I'm feeling like you've been consciously trying to tune into an energy that's very unlike Cancerian energy. Okay, for example, this is so funny because I myself am a Cancer, and now this is coming through in the reading. But a few weeks ago, I was like, you know what? I want to tap more into my rising sign energy, Aquarius energy. So I do wonder if you recently asked the universe, like, I just want to become a little bit more clear-minded, like less serious about things, like whatever, a little bit more into my stoic energies. Okay, this says peaceful, harmonious, receptiveness, and manifestation. I feel like things are very calm for you. This is not an emotional time in your life and not an emotional week. I would be very surprised if a lot of you were really heavily focused on love and romance, for example, and like heavy emotions. I feel like you're more so focused on just having peace and harmony, clarity, stability, and just, being receptive to everything that the universe is offering you right now, the abundance that's here for you right here, right now. I feel like you're consciously trying to stay in this energy as well. You don't want to fall back into a place where your emotions are just uncontrollable and too much all over the place. So we see you in a really amazing place emotionally this week. We have improving health as well. I am seeing here you may have gotten some information online or through books or like word of mouth about certain things that you should be doing for your health. I'm getting a thing here. It's like you may not have even realized that certain things you were doing were problems previously, and this is like physical health related. For example, you may not have realized how much sodium was in your diet, how much sugar was in your diet, or how devastating snacking throughout the day can be. That's something I learned recently. I always snack throughout the day, and diabetes runs in my family. And I saw something the other day where it was like, yeah, snacking throughout the day keeps your insulin levels high constantly and makes you resistant to insulin. And I'm like, that's great to know this late into my life. So I'm seeing something like that coming through here where some sort of information is coming through. I see that because the Ace of Swords is here, and this does show information coming through from the universe involving your health and how you could be better at taking care of your health. And these may be things that you never even thought about previously. So that's really good. I feel like the universe is looking out for you. Some of you may be feeling like certain pieces of information are coming through from the universe within divine timing, like at a certain age in your life, where it's almost like the universe wanted to heal certain aspects about your psychology, your emotions, like other things in life previously. But now it's like you reached a certain age and Spirit's saying, oh, by the way, now we got to start worrying about this issue. Now we got to start worrying about your knees and, flexibility. All right. Now's the time for you to really start taking the amount of sugar you're eating a lot more seriously. Okay. Because we don't want any problems. And, you might have been very unhealthy in the past. However, it's almost like Spirit's like, that wasn't the biggest issue we were dealing with back then. However, now it's like you're reaching a certain age and Spirit's like, oh, by the way, honey, we got to talk about something. We got to fix this little issue here as well. Sorry. Sorry I didn't mention it earlier, but we had other things to worry about. And now it's actually going to start becoming a bigger problem if you continue doing this thing. So yeah, it's like that, essentially. Spirit was like, you know what, it's fine if you don't, stretch every day, or if you don't, drink the proper amount of water. As you get older, these things become a lot more important. And I feel like Spirit kind of like bombarded you with some sort of information involving that. So yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm seeing. All right, we're going to get 6 cards, 2 rows of 3 this week. And this is from the Cozy Witch Tarot. But yeah, there's a big focus on health here. We have the Ace of Wands coming out as your first card. Are you guys kidding me? Oh, there's so much passion, so much excitement. There's something happening this week that you're very, very excited about. So some of you may be traveling or starting something, doing something, seeing a friend. It's like something that you're looking forward to. You've been looking forward to this for weeks, for days. It could even be something coming in the mail. It could be something as simple as that. And it says, don't you see how your passion makes you glow? I love that. Yeah, living a life that is keeps you in that passionate energies. I'm seeing here something for some of you as well. There may have been someone in your life, or could be someone in your life right now, where you weirdly notice that like every time you go out with them, you have strangers coming up to you talking and like commenting on every little thing. And it's like when you go out with your other friends, like no one comes up to you, no one talks to you. But it's like when you're with this particular person, it's like, why is suddenly everyone making this small talk and coming up to us and blah, blah, blah. And Spirit's saying it's because you're glowing, you're passionate around this person. That's why. And you'll notice actually that the same thing will happen when you're out and about by yourself. And you're just living your passionate, normal life, people come up to you, people look at you, people want to start conversations. It's only in certain environments you notice where there's this sort of like magic that draws people in towards you. And that magic is when you are aligned with passion, the energy of passion, this warmth. And I see you aligned with the energy of passion this week. It's funny. I was talking to someone earlier this year, like months ago, but I remember the conversation. And we were talking about how sometimes when people do like plant medicine or like LSD, it's always like the weirdest situations that would never ever happen to you when you're sober and clear-minded, for some reason happen when you are tripping balls. Like I was reading this story, I think on Reddit or something, where someone who never ever like trips, never does any of that, they did that. And then randomly, some stranger comes up to them and was like, you gotta help me, like my sheep is giving birth. And they were like tripping and gave birth to a sheep. And it's like, that would never happen when you're sober. But of course, when you're in that very receptive, highly spiritually connected state of mind, the weirdest things happen. And it's like when you're glowing with this passion, when the veil between you and spirit and your spirit is very, very thin, that is when these strange experiences happen and people become magnetized to you. You just have the weirdest things happen, so many synchronicities all around you. And it's like, universe, you're being so loud right now. What's going on here? And Spirit is saying, yes, that happens when you're glowing, when you're passionate. If you hear a cat meowing, it's Luna. She's the most dramatic being in existence, so don't mind her. Second card out is the 10 of Wands. Okay, so there is a lot to do this week for you, a lot going on. And this says, why make things so much more difficult than they need to be? So there's a lot of like stressors happening, a lot of responsibilities. Even if it's positive, there's just a lot, like your schedule is probably very, very booked up this week, okay? So just take time to rest and make sure that everything's getting done. And then we have the Knight of Cups. Oh my gosh, love, happiness. I'm seeing really fulfilling friendships and connections this week as well as like creativity in general. Romanticize the present moment every chance you get. There is this energy of like romance around you. And this doesn't even have to be like loving, like sensual, like making out romance, you know. This could be like, I'm just by myself and I have my little croissant and I'm taking the train and, you know, I got my big old son. I'm thinking of Breakfast at Tiffany's right now. I don't know why. I have no idea. Or like, you know, I'm gonna just go on a random spontaneous trip by myself, or, you know, I just met this person and, you know, this is only our third date, but we're gonna go to New York City and see the lights, and I don't know, like I'm just seeing like romanticizing this present moment. And so there's like a certain magic that's taking place for you this week, clearly, and it's really cool. And, you know, for half of you, I'm feeling that this has to do with actual like romance, like you like making out with someone, romance, you know, it's putting you in this energy. For the other half of you, I feel like you're happily single, or even like just really in an independent time in your life. And this romanticism, it's like you and your personal love story with the universe, and you're just like, you know, taking a flight somewhere by yourself and writing your little novel, or, you know, I don't know, you're just cleaning your house and the window's open and it's just romantic. Like, do you know what I'm talking about, or do I sound like a crazy person right now? There's like a certain energy of romance, and it doesn't need to be accessed through another person. It's something that you can access yourself as an individual. And I see all of you connecting with this romance energy and this passion energy and this like fiery, sensual energy. It really makes life magical, and you're feeling that and you're experiencing it, and there's synchronicities, magic happening all around you. Okay. Moving on to the second row of cards, fourth card out is the Empress. Oh my gosh, exactly. Like, I can't make this stuff up, guys. You have the Empress, you have the Ace of Wands, Knight of Cups. This is the energy I was talking about. The Empress is the embodiment of abundance. Okay, she has everything she needs and more. You know, she is never in a state of feeling like she's lacking anything. Even, and this Empress energy, I've been saying this so often recently, because this has been like a major like lesson in the collective right now. This Empress energy, this feeling of abundance, is accessible at every given moment in your life. I do not care if you're homeless, sleeping on the sidewalk, and it is 30 degrees out. There is abundance all around you if you are willing to look at it. Even in the most dire, uncomfortable of situations, look to see the abundance around you. For example, if you're unemployed, homeless, living on the street, there is an abundance of people around you to talk to conversate with, to learn stuff from. There is an abundance of places for you to go, to visit, to see. You know, there is an abundance of, like, actually, I feel like that's when you're at your most abundant, because you literally have no tethers to anything. It's like Janis Joplin said, freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose. And nothing that's on my Bible left me, yeah. Your energy is very, like, amazing. I was in a bad mood all day, guys. I am not even exaggerating. I start doing your reading and now I'm singing Janis Joplin. You know, it's just, and it's all over the place. I feel like my ADHD is just like on crack right now. Your energy is like, you have this access to this abundance, and I feel like you're actually learning how to actually see it. You know, all these spiritual gurus on the internet, including me, they keep saying, like, you know, look at the abundance all around you, like, get into your abundant mindset. What does that mean? What does that mean? Okay. And I feel like it's clicking for a lot of people this week. That means, like, even if you're broke, even if you hate your living situation, how can you romanticize this? You know, what is the abundance around you? For example, like, take a look at my dreams and goals. I would love to live in a house with a big old yard. I would love to, you know, travel more. I would love to get more tattoos. And, you know, I could sit here and I can dwell on the fact that I don't have these things right now. Like, universe, where is this at? Like, blah, 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 blah. And of course I have problems, you know, I don't have the most money in the world. I would like more, you know? And, you know, I could sit here and dwell on that, or I could look at the abundance in my life right now. Like, right now I may not have that much money. I may not have as much land as I want, but I have all these blank canvases ready to be painted. I have all these ideas in my head ready to be acted on. I have all of these videos I want to film. I have all these, like, design ideas for the house that I live in. I have all these friends and like so many things that I want to do with them, and like there's an abundance of things that I want to do right now. I would need like 10 lifetimes to do it, okay? That is the energy of abundance that is always accessible to you. And spirit is saying, stop focusing on what you don't have. We heard you. We are working on it. Gosh darn it. As long as you're working on it, the universe is working on it, because the universe is just a reflection of you. So if you're already working on your dreams, stop sitting here and complaining that they're not here yet, because they're coming, okay? And they're coming in divine timing. Anyways, in the meantime of your dreams coming, that is when you step into the abundance and focus on the other stuff going on for you, okay? Okay. Moving on. We have justice in reverse. Right underneath that 10 of wands. Upright. You know, I feel like in the middle of all this beautiful energy, there is a little bit of, you know, a situation that's going on like in the background, like on the back burner here, where you were not treated fairly by someone or something, or like you're feeling like you're putting a lot of energy into self-improvement or into something in life, a lot of energy, a lot of time, and you're just not sure if it's paying off, or you're not seeing the results you want just yet. So I understand why you are, or you have been, in a little bit of a lack mindset. Because it's like, you know, say for example, you're building a business up. I know this very well because I have my own business, and you're in the very early days of building your business up. You may be putting a lot of hours in that aren't being paid, and you may be thinking to yourself, I would make more if I just worked at Target. Like, I would make more if I just worked at Starbucks. Like, why am I doing this? But you know it's aligned with what you want to do. So I feel like you may be in an energy like that, where you're putting so much into something and you're not getting it back in return. And your own intuition will tell you if it's worth it to keep going or if it's not. And you have to learn how to trust that intuition. And if your intuition is saying, yes, keep going because this will pay off and then some, then you have to learn how to, you know, find the abundance, seek the abundance and the gratitude in your life as you work towards that goal. Now, if it is something where it does not feel aligned with your intuition, for example, if you have a relationship that you keep pouring a lot of energy into and this other person just is selfish and does you dirty, again, your intuition is telling you the right thing to do, and you have to learn how to trust that and, you know, act on that and let go of that person and trust that abundance is always accessible to you at every given moment. And even if you don't have that person in your life anymore, even if you don't have great romance in your life anymore, you can still romanticize the present moment, because there is so much for you to do right here, right now, whether you have a partner or not, whether you have friends or not, whether you are healthy or not. There is still so much for you to do as you work on those different areas of your life. You know, I don't know why I'm going off on this tangent. Anyways, this card says, stick to your truth and everything will turn out just fine. Exactly. You know, if you're already doing everything you need to do to make life better, to work towards your dreams, you know, and you're just waiting for it, Spirit's saying, stop waiting. We don't want you in the energy of waiting. Tune into the abundance all around you. You have all these ideas, all these friends, all of these whatever. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you don't have any friends, but you have a ton of ideas, okay? Maybe you have, you know, friends, you have ideas, but like you have a whole giant stack of books that you want to read. Like, that's your abundance. Go for it. Focus on the abundance where it's at in your life right now. You may not have an abundance of money right now, okay? But you have an abundance of books to read. You may not have an abundance of books to read, but you have an abundance of friends to talk to. You know, just focus on where it's at right now as you work to build that abundance up in the other areas, and trust that divine timing will bring it to you in the perfect time, okay? Final card out, we have the 7 of Pentacles, which resonates so deeply with these messages. Oh my gosh, see, she has an abundance of plants here and she's continuing to grow them. And oh look, it's a plant shop, in fact. This is a new deck. This is the first time I'm seeing this card. It's a plant shop. She has her own little business and she's growing it, and it's beautiful. And it says, nurture what you have and see how it grows and grows. Oh my God, if that's not aligned with everything that we just said, I don't know what is. You know, instead of complaining about what you don't have, nurture what you do have, and it'll grow and it'll keep growing and it'll turn into additional blessings and opportunities. Like, for example, I'm trying to think of an example. I didn't have one on my head. For example, if you nurture a certain friendship, that friend may introduce you to a hobby or a location or something like that ends up being really meaningful and impactful for you. For example, I was friends with someone for a few years and then I briefly dated them. Didn't work out. But towards the end of our little connection, I guess you could say. They showed me to one of my favorite hiking spots ever, and I still go there so often. I make it a point to go there at least once a year, and it is like the most magical place. And anytime someone is visiting Pennsylvania and they're like, oh, I just want to see like, you know, a stereotypical like Pennsylvania nature spot, I always take them there. It is so beautiful. And you know, it's little things like that. I nurtured that, something else came from it. And you know, me taking a random friend hiking, that may nurture a whole new hobby within them. You know what I mean? When you nurture the things that you do have in life, when you focus on the abundance that's already in your life, it'll grow in all directions. And that abundance will grow in multiple areas of your life. So that's why it's so important to be in an abundant mindset. I love this for you. Thank you guys for joining me. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this week ahead. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my goddess energy intention oils there and my spiritual life coaching sessions there, so check it out. But in particular, definitely check out the 2024 tarot and mediumship reading. This is an hour-long reading looking into 2023, 2024, what's going to happen for you, what you already went through, as well as answer any questions with any relevant backstory that you have and want me to cover. And I will open the floor up for any spirits to come through and give you loving advice, wisdom, whatever. And a lot of interesting ones have been coming through for the people who have already gotten the 2024 readings. I was shocked at like some of the very specific spirits that have been coming through. So go ahead and get that. And you don't have to schedule anything. You just send me your questions, your information by the reading, and it will be sent to you within 7 days. If there is a delay, which right now as I'm filming this, there is a delay for a lot of people because for some reason YouTube is uploading so slowly for me right now. And actually I'm filming this on Friday. I meant to post this today, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So this will probably be up Saturday if YouTube wants to hurry up, but go ahead and get that anyways. I'm just going off on a tangent now. Bye bye.